The legal team of the Labour Party on Monday met with officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja over the inspection of electoral materials used for the February 25th presidential election. The head of the legal team, Levi Uzoku, led lawyers to the meeting, which was held at the INEC headquarters in Maitama, Abuja. The team was at INEC to discuss modalities for obtaining key documents that will assist the Labour Party in prosecuting its case at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. At the Pali, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu assured the Labour Party legal team that the Commission will provide all the documents it requested to prosecute its case. And elsewhere, the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, alongside other chieftains of the All Progressives Congress, APC, held a meeting with elected senators and members of the House of the who won elections on the platforms of the APC at the State House Banquet Hall. The meeting, which commenced a few minutes before 3 p.m. on Monday, was called by the party's national leadership. Although reporters were reportedly barred from entering the hall, several high-profile figures such as Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola, APC Chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and many elected National Assembly members attended the meeting. We now have Kende Amadou. He's our in-house analyst who was actually at the villa where the event happened. That is our second tip. Maybe we should start with that. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Viewers, welcome to Daily Politics on Trust TV. I'm your host, Hamza Idris. Mr. Kende, the expectation was that there will be a big story today following the meeting of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his deputy, right?
Yes.
And senators and members of House of Representatives elect. What really happened?
Well, first and foremost, the president-elect was not at the meeting. He was represented by the vice president-elect. But this is a routine meeting. If we all expected a big story to come out, then, you know, we are expecting too much.
Okay.
As it is things
but how do you mean? Because in 2015, I don't think if we had a meeting like this around this time.
You know, history is a very good teacher. In 2015, because there was not a meeting like this, there were permutations and there were different camps.
Yeah.
There was a rancorous emergence of the 8th National Assembly. That's how Senate President then Bukola Saraki came in to office. And then, you know, it had a spillover effect in the House of Representatives.
Yes, because some people alluded that there was a kind of civilian coup.
It was because
in the emergence of leadership of the National Assembly.
Because these are the people that the executive of the APC had said would emerge.
Yes,
you understand, and then a completely different set of people emerged, and that led to a battle between the executive arm of government and the National Assembly leadership for 4 years. There was no peace.
No peace at all, yeah.
Within those 4 years. And, you know, in the final analysis, it set back government.
Yeah, it affected performance.
It affected performance tremendously. So now we have an APC that has learned that lesson.
Yeah.
And we're on the cuff of another emergence of a leadership, change of power from one president to the other.
Yes.
And this president wants to ensure that he's
in charge of what happened at the executive arm and the legislative
arm. So this meeting would probably be the first to just familiarize, and then to sound out members, the new members.
Yeah.
You understand, about who is going to emerge. Then I'm sure at this meeting, though we were not told, though that information has not been leaked out, I'm sure at this meeting the various zones that will produce leadership would have been discussed. I am very sure.
Okay.
But that information, the public will not be privy to it yet. Now what will happen is that the different zones and geopolitical goals will go back and then try and push up one person in their zones that will fill the offices, the principal offices in the National Assembly.
Like the Senate President, Deputy Senate President,
yes,
Majority Leader, Chief Whip, and all that.
Yes.
And the same thing in the House of
Representatives.
Will you say that we overrated our expectation today? Because, almost all editors and all that.
All editors know. The politicians are very smart. All editors know that this is what this meeting was supposed to be held for. The fact that they now come and tell us that no, it was not on the
familiarization.
It's just familiarization, is because they don't want to be preempted.
Yeah.
Because when this news gets out now, then you now start seeing competition rising, and sometimes it might even rise to the rancorous level.
Yes.
So they want to manage it as it is, and that is why I even suspect that the president-elect was not part of the meeting, so that it will not look like he's teleguiding what posts will be filled.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because they said that all those elected should go there with their certificates of return, right? They will be screened and all that. You monitor all that? I mean, the screening and all that. Were you around the premises?
Basically, what happened was that, which is why, all that one is just, they just threw it out there. It's a red herring, you understand?
Yes.
What happened was that all journalists and media people were shut out of the premises.
Completely?
Completely. Were on the outside, and they went in. You understand?
And you were monitoring as they were trooping into
we were monitoring as they are trooping in. And of course, you know that after they come out, those that are a bit excited will be able to say one or two things. They might not say, because maybe there is a ban on speaking on to the issues, but they may just give a hint.
Yeah.
That what we expect is the leadership. I'm sure that there's some things are already springing up.
Yeah.
Because
certain things are cooking.
Yeah, certain things are cooking. Like there is a report of the North Central saying they want the national chairman out,
yes,
because they want to.
I will actually get to that, but before then, I want us to go back to 2015, because I remember that time, it was on the day of inauguration of SOT, if I am not wrong, that the senators and House of Reps members elect were asked to go to the International Conference Center. And Saraki, Dogara, and those around them
went to the National Assembly.
Yeah, they went to the National Assembly. So why?
Before you knew it, they were there trying to
allocate the seats and say, okay, well, this is our candidate and all that.
They had the elections were going on in the National Assembly. And what do you know before they?
So why do you think it happened that way? Because nobody will say 2015. That the democracy was actually new of sort, going by the fact that PDP had it 16 years, right? You had like how many election seasons? 1999, right? 2003, 2011, 2000. You had four election seasons where you elected these principal officers of the National Assembly. And I think Obasanjo, even though he was the first, he didn't take it lightly. He was able to have his way somehow, if not completely.
Because when 2015, the man that came in as president was not a politician.
But so what's
He had been practicing politics.
Yeah.
That one he was practicing. Now it now came for him to implement the political knowledge
he had been
professing, and he fell short. Then some politicians, and that's why he never forgave them. He never made peace with Saraki, and he never made peace with Dogara because he felt that they made a fool out of him.
But will you blame them, you as a political reporter, for doing what they... Because politics is power game, right?
It's a power game.
And you have to be extremely smart.
And they already knew that the way things were structured, it was not structured in their favor.
Yeah.
And they felt that they deserved to be, so they went for it.
Because I think Dogara and Saraki, as you rightly said, maybe they felt that the configuration will not ultimately favor them, despite the fact that they feel without them, the coalition will not even be there. I mean, NPDP, CPC, right? Part of ABGA led by Okorocha,
yes,
and all that to come and form the APC that ultimately dethroned the PDP.
Yes.
So that time is like the executive went to sleep.
Yes.
It was
aware of the structural divisions, but it felt that I've given the order, and so that order will be followed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
You have to walk the talk.
Yes.
In politics.
In politics.
So, will you say that Tinubu and Shetima, they are now approaching this configuration differently?
Yeah, I don't think. If you look at the trajectory of them coming to being elected,
yes,
I don't think they would take it for granted, because there were so many complexities,
yes, that
played out.
Yes.
So they realize that even within the party, there are some structural differences.
Yeah.
Which they have to take into consideration when they are bringing out the new national leadership of the National Assembly.
Okay. So invariably now, what should we expect? Maybe because as we speak, the senators, there are still gaps to be filled because there are some, rerun elections that will be held here and there. You think it will still favor APC finally?
No, it will. Okay. It will.
All right.
The gap is too much.
Okay, for any other
party to even come close.
All right.
It was a resounding victory in the National Assembly, and they can work with that to produce the new leadership in the National Assembly.
Okay.
That is that's already a foregone conclusion.
All right.
Right now, what they have to now contend with is to satisfy all the structural differences within the party, okay, so that everybody
will be on the same page. All right, thank you very much, Kande Amadou, for coming to the program. We will let you go because we know you have so many other things to attend to.
Thank you very much.
Yes, viewers, we'll take a short break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away.
As you can see right here, a total volume of 130.
A Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secure are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Already, if you look at English squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Daily Politics on Trust TV. Do well to join the conversation across our social platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and watch us live on YouTube. We now have in the studio Mala Yusuf Zongo, who is our opinion editor and also in-house analyst. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mala.
Yes, the back and forth in the ruling party. You know, they have won the election. Now, I think it's sharing the cake in Nigerian parlance. Today they met. Tinubu was not there. We earlier had Kende Amodu here who said it was most likely deliberate that Tinubu was not there so that the expectation would not be very high. It was his deputy, Senator Kashim Shettima, who represented him. We agreed, of course, that maybe Tinubu and Shettima, they are trying to, you know, walk the talk. They are trying to avoid any infraction. And that is why they call for this meeting, because I asked, they still have some places to fill, you know, for both Senate and House of Representatives. But the other issue is where should the Senate President and the Speaker come from? Yes, what is your take on this?
It is going to be a dicey thing for them. And from what we have seen, many people are laying claims to it.
Okay.
Number one, there are those who feel that it should go to the southeast. Some are saying, okay, it should just go to the south. When you talk of people like Ozo Kalu, the former minister of what's his name? Akpabio. That's the first side. The second side are those from the northwest. Now, those in the south feel that, look, for inclusion, it is their turn now to be included, and they should get it as the number 3 position. And given that for some time now, for about 8 years, it has been in the north, Bukola Saraki, then Ahmed Lawan. Then, so they feel that it's just ideal that it should move to the south. And for those in the northwest, they feel that, well, they have given the current president more votes than anybody.
They saved the day.
They saved the day. So I think naturally it should be their turn now. And I don't think they have ever had it as Senate president.
Okay, producing Senate president.
They have had the House of Reps, Masari, Buhari,
yes,
and the Naba,
yes,
but they have never had a Senate president. So they feel that, and given their population, so it's going to be
more so now that they don't have the president and
they don't have the president again. But it's going to be a dicey one, because if it's gone to the south, there is a feeling that, okay, the presidency has gone to the south, even the Senate president is gone to the south. So there may be that feeling among the north that, look, we are trying to, even though we have...
you want to overdo the fairness.
Exactly. And you know, they will just remind the president-elect that, look, it was our backing that brought you here, both at the primary and during the general election. So it's going to be a little bit dicey. It's good that they have started very early to fill in, because already some pressure groups have come. There was one flying the integrity group, something
yes,
like that.
Yes, I have it here.
Yeah.
They call the group, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Okay,
they said APC Transparency Initiative for Good Governance.
whatever that means. But you know, it's natural.
But is it really normal? You know, for every circumstance, you now see certain groups, you know, springing up. And now these people, we heard that they are mostly senators that created this. And they are saying, in fact, convening this meeting, because it is at the instance of Abdullah Adam.
Yeah.
They said he wants to reap from where he did not sow. What do they mean by that?
Well, you know, in politics, is if you have to be smart. So maybe the NWC, represented by maybe the target is Abdullah Adam, who has outsmarted them. Maybe they were just taken by surprise. So the best thing for them is to say, hi, look, we are here now. So please, we need to be part of this. And if you if they allow things to go the way the NWC, they may be edged out. Okay, so in that sense, you begin to have this kind of, I expect more of such groups to come up.
Okay, and they are also saying that the national chairman is actually trying to overreach himself by calling for this meeting, because he's supposed to meet, you know, to discuss how they should go about it. But by calling for this meeting, it's like he wants to have a field day in suggesting that, okay, Mr. A and B should be Senate President, Speaker, Chief Whip, and all that.
No, I don't think so. You have to give it to him as a leader of the NWC. He has to be proactive. At least he didn't just get into a corner and come out with a zoning formula for them. At least he said, look, come together. All those who have been elected under this platform, come together, let's discuss. So he's trying to even be, to allow a level playing ground. Even if it is not, I think they should take it in good faith, go there. Because politics is a game of numbers. If they go there and they are sure of themselves, they can have their way there.
Yeah.
Whatever the NWC feels about it or is planning about it.
Okay, Balazango, we'll take another break. Okay. And when we return, we continue with the conversation. Viewers, don't go away.
TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Yes, viewers, welcome back to the program. Unfortunately, we had to let Mala Yusuf Zongo go because we have our guest in the studio in the person of Senator Rufai Hanga. He's actually a chieftain of the new Nigeria People's Party and, of course, it's senator-elect for the 10th National Assembly. Coincidentally, Senator Rufai Hanga also founded and the defunct Congress for Progressive Change, and he was its pioneer national chairman. The party actually merged with other political parties to form the ruling All Progressive Congress, but he is no longer with APC. Welcome to the program, distinguished senator.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers.
And congratulations, finally you collected your certificate of return today.
Yes.
What happened? How comes? Because, of course, you were the candidate, right? Why up to Supreme Court? Why is it always it is the court that decides who gets what in the Nigerian polity?
Well, that is that's a very difficult question to answer because it is very abnormal. INEC does not normally appeal cases of this kind. Now, what happened was the Electoral Act stated that if somebody dies or withdraws from the contest or resigns from a party, automatically the law allows the party to substitute the man. Now, Ibrahim Shekarau resigned from our party, withdrew from the contest.
Yes.
He wrote us that he has resigned. He wrote INEC that has withdrawn from the contest. He wrote the Senate that he is no longer a member of the NMPP. And this thing was viral. It went on all the media.
Yeah, we all carried this.
It was carried in all over the media. So when my party decided to substitute me with him, we had our primary election, and I was lucky to win. And they took my name to INEC. INEC refused to substitute me for Shekarau. Now, Shekarau phoned me that as a brother, he also advised me not to waste my time and money to do any campaign because he has spoken with the national chairman, and the national chairman is not ready to substitute have another person. Certainly, he will be the candidate.
Shekarau told you this?
He told me, and he said it even on the later on. He said it in the news. It was viral. He said it, in a radio station in Kano. He said it. So I said, okay, thank you very much. So I went and told our party, and the party said, this INEC is serious. They will not do it. It's serious. So we took the matter to court.
Okay.
And to Imperial High Court, and the Imperial High Court, the judgment was for us, favored us.
It favored you.
It favored us. INEC yet appealed. They appealed to the
They were adamant.
The adamant. They appealed to appeal court, not ready to accept me.
But is it really INEC or Shekarau by proxy? I don't.
So they appealed, and we won the appeal again. On the same ground, we won that one because what the court said was the Electoral Act is superior to the INEC guidelines because the INEC's argument was their guideline. Then the court says guideline is not superior to the act.
Yes.
So naturally, the act will have to subsist. Now, they appealed to the Supreme Court, and they lost on the same ground. That this is. So now This is the situation.
Yeah.
And now...
finally, you have collected your...
Well, we went to the Appeals Court.
Now, have you called Shekarau to tell him that you have collected your...
No, there's no point to do that.
But has he called to congratulate you?
No, he has not, but he's my brother.
Okay, so no ill feeling?
No ill feeling.
Okay, we interviewed you. I personally interviewed you in 2021. You said that APC, President Buhari, and those around him, they will not allow Tinubu to have an easy ride. And that prediction has come to pass. We have it on our screen there. You see, there was agreement Buhari will hand over to Tinubu, ex-APC chair Hanga. Have you been vindicated now?
Yes, I'm vindicated. Because, you know, initially there was this argument, you know, an argument and so an agreement. Agreement either implied or expressed or writing, whatever it is, an agreement.
Exactly, that was what we reported.
There was an agreement, but they denied it, and they were trying to make it difficult for Tinubu. And he has had a terrible time getting through this thing. You know,
you said this in 2021.
Yes,
it was around June. I did the interview with that.
Exactly. We have all seen it now that Tinubu had to fight tooth and nail to get himself through, and he had to fight tooth and nail because he was a fighter. Otherwise, they wouldn't want him there. And in fact, most of his people have lost hope.
Yeah.
He was talking about some people in the villa trying to do this. They are doing all. Well, it is God. When God decides to do something, nobody can stop.
But what made you to make that prediction almost 3 years now?
Because I know I'm experienced. You know, it's a matter of experience. I have been in this game for a long time. You understand? And I can read body language. I can read body language. And I know these people very well. I know Buhari, I know his people. We have been together for a long time. I know them, I know their utterances, I know their body languages, and so on and so forth. So based on that experience, I made that prediction based on my experience.
And it has come to pass.
It has come to pass.
Now your candidate, Konkoso, he was also in the race, and he made a good outing, especially in Kano. But there is this allegation from PDP that he scuttled the chances of Atiku Abubakar. Is that true?
Well, no, rather Atiku scuttled his chances. That is what I want to believe is Atiku scuttled his chances.
Atiku himself?
Yes, he
scuttled his chances?
Yes.
Not Konkoso?
Not Konkoso. Not Konkoso. But let me tell you this. We are after a very competent, credible, trusted person. Somebody who has done it. Somebody who people will believe that he can do it again.
And who is that person?
Konkoso.
Is he better than Atiku?
That is my conviction. Yes, he is better than Atiku.
Is he also better than Tinubu?
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
If you want a leader that has delivered, you want a leader that can do it, you want a leader that is sincere, you want a clean leader that has no baggage. Good. Konkoso, you get all this in Konkoso. Now, Konkoso is very, very educated. He has PhD in engineering. Konkoso has worked. He had worked with the state government and left service as a very, very senior officer.
Peter Obi served as governor. Atiku was vice president. Tinubu was also governor.
Let me learn.
Okay.
Let me learn. He served in the state service. He came and became a member of the House of Reps. He was the deputy speaker of the House of Reps. He became twice governor for 2 times in Kano. And his governance was very exemplary. He was a minister of defense. He did not fail in his stewardship as a minister. He was an ambassador to Darfur and
all the pedigree.
All the pedigree is there. All this CV, he worked successfully.
But he is seen as a provincial champion, and that is why maybe he only won Kano.
No, excuse me. No, well, he won only Kano because as a matter that was a courtesy arrangement.
Okay.
One, they allowed him to win Kano.
Who allowed him?
The powers that be. We were given free something to do our thing, and we won election clean. Like in other places, where people are contesting it now.
Are you saying there is an arrangement somewhere that parties should win this zone, this one should win this zone?
That is what I believe. That is why they kept on this propaganda that Konkoso has only Kano. And Atiku and Co. and some people went on saying that Konkoso is not compromising. Konkoso, we want North. They are making a regional undertone on the whole thing, that Atiku and Konkoso is supporting the citizens of Atiku. We want this man from the north, this man, Hausa man, Fulani man, we want all this kind of thing. Konkoso said,
but who are behind that arrangement? That, okay, Konkoso should be allowed to win Kano or win Northwest?
They allow us to do our election and we won. But in places like Jigawa,
yes,
we have tremendous followership. But election was not done properly.
So are you in the school of thought that this election was compromised somehow?
It was compromised. It was. They maneuvered. Let me tell you so many reasons why it is compromised. One, our logo. The party name is not there. The logo was very shady. You can't even read. You can't know what it is there. And in some places, most of the ballot papers, there was no NPP logo.
Who are the culprits? Who instigated this?
Well, I can't know. It's not easy. We sat and met and decided not to bother ourselves.
But so are you satisfied with what you got in Kano now?
We are not satisfied, but what do? We don't want to scuttle the whole thing. We don't want problem for the country. We want the country to go forward.
You have 17 House of Representatives seats.
19.
You have 19. I mean in Kano alone.
19.
In Kano?
Yes. And we have one in Jigawa.
That's 20.
Yes.
Wow. Now, don't you think, assuming that your alliance with Labour Party worked, you will have been in the villa by now? I mean, working to get to the villa.
No, I think that is not true. We wouldn't have been anywhere. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
You see, if you see what the Labour did,
yes,
it's strictly religious campaign. They campaigned in churches, and just like Atiku, which was strictly sectional.
Okay, Atiku.
Atiku, yes, is.
And yours regional, or what is yours?
No, we are Nigeria. Like Tinubu. Tinubu wasn't regional. You see.
So you and Tinubu maybe somehow.
Exactly.
Okay, will you now go into alliance with him?
What kind of alliance after the election?
Of course, because he has been propagating government of national unity. Will you agree to go into that?
Well, I can't speak for my party because I'm not a party leader.
Yes.
I'm just a member, common member of the party.
No, but you are very strong, Senator.
Well,
you are trying to be humble.
I may be that, but I cannot talk for the party now. This is something we are very democratic. Even our leader, the supreme leader, Konkoso.
So he's not supreme leader?
He's our supreme leader. Because the party is based on his ideology, Konkosia.
For the first time in Nigeria?
Yes.
Maybe in this democratic dispensation.
So he's the supreme leader. And even the supreme leader doesn't come out and say, do this or this is that. He call his people, we sit down, discuss. He table things and make it a matter of discussion. We discuss it. And whatever is agreed in the discussion is what we carry out.
He doesn't take unilateral decisions?
Never.
Is that why you made this headway, you succeeded
exactly.
this far?
That is why we succeeded, and that's why he's going to succeed. We are going to succeed in future.
Okay, what are your chances in Kano now for the governorship? Because many pundits believe that the dynamics will change. What played out during the presidential election, it will not actually play out this time.
How would it change?
You have Abba Gida, of course, that is your candidate, but there is Gauna of APC, and there is this ripple effect in politics that, okay, if the government, the party that won the presidential election, there is the most likelihood of it winning
going the other way.
Yes.
Not in Kano, of course. In some other places, yes.
Why are you so confident the single senator?
Because it had never happened in Kano. It had never happened like that in Kano. Kano is always going the other way. We are going this way and no turning back. That is what Kano is. We have already decided, because our politics is a politics of ideology. We are Konkosia ideology in Kano, and we are going based on that.
In 2015, you can see how the ripple effects played out across the north and even some south.
In 20
west. In 2015, APC, simply because Buhari won, that effect, resonated including Kano.
That hurricane is like a hurricane then, which is normal.
And he's no longer on the ballot now.
No, it's not on the ballot, and it's regrettable that that thing happened. People are regretting it. You see, it's a hurricane, and it will never happen again. Wow. People are wiser now. We know better, and I doubt if somebody will come and deceive people like Buhari did.
I wish we have more time. Okay, now has he deceived people? Because you left him.
I left him.
How did he deceive people?
Because he was posing himself as the Messiah, as somebody pious. Unfortunately, it was not correct. You know, the best name he wants you to call him is the trustworthy, but it's not true. Look at what he did. It's not true. He surrounded himself with people that fight with the FCC, and he knows it. He surrounded himself with people that we know he has been abusing, saying they are this, they are that, and he surrounded himself with them now.
How will you rate him now compared to all the days you had with him at CPC, ANPP, APPR?
Well, it's a disappointment because I believed in him then, but I've seen the right thing now.
You don't believe in him anymore?
I now know better, yes. Because he's a total failure.
What do you think will he carry to Daura now? Will he go and sleep? Do you think he will sleep confidently?
Well, he will, because he doesn't know what is happening. You know, because
how do you mean this?
He has no capacity. He has no capacity, and that's a fact. Buhari has no capacity. If somebody will perform the way he did, if somebody will take the country to where it is now and continue to advocate that he is the best president that ever in Nigeria, he is the president that performed better than all the others. And that's what he has been saying himself, that he performed more than all the former leaders.
So can you compare him with others now?
Somebody
can you compare him with other presidents?
Well, he's a dismal failure.
Compared to all the rest?
It's a dismal failure compared to all the
what is your prayer for Tinubu now?
I pray he does well, because I'm a Nigerian and I wouldn't want Nigeria to suffer. I certainly pray for him to succeed. And I know he will succeed because the only problem is he looks sick. But yes, it's a.
But what about the capacity?
He has the capacity.
He has the capacity.
He has the capacity.
More than Buhari?
Much more than Buhari. Yes. And in fact, he has the capacity to select the right people to work for him. That one is another capacity. Buhari doesn't have the capacity. The only capacity he has is if you know how to massage his ego. You are there. You are the best. If you can go and massage his ego, you are the best. He will pick you and he will never turn back.
Oh, thank you very much, distinguished Senator Hanga, for coming to the program. I wish we have more time to discuss many other issues.
Next time, please.
With you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. And viewers, that's a wrap on today's edition of the program, which we hope you enjoy. Do join us tomorrow for another interesting package. For now, thank you very much. I am Hamza Idris.